I hope you are fired up for another season of Pottsville Apache football right here on the Russellville Sports Network. Tonight's game is being made possible by our friends at Razor Polish, the sharpest concrete floors in America. Apache football is also being brought to you by Tyson Foods, feeding you and all of our athletes like family. By Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. By Farm Credit Services of Western Arkansas, providing financing for agricultural operating needs, livestock, and equipment purchases. Apache football on the Russellville Sports Network is proudly brought to you by Rose Drug of Russellville, caring for you, service to all. Tonight's game is also made possible by Miller Roofing Company, proudly serving Arkansas families and businesses since 1991. And showing their Pottsville pride by sponsoring Apache football on RSN is G-Race Trucking, keeping the River Valley moving. Your boys are about to take the field, Pottsville fans. Remember to show your Apache pride by hitting that subscribe button and telling someone you know about Pottsville Apache football right here on the Russellville Sports Network. All right, let's send it out to the Bully Barn to hear from Coach Brian Rust, who's standing by with the voice of the Pottsville Apaches, Mr. Steve Glenn.
Football tonight. The Apaches remain at John Needham Stadium. They will take on a very capable and very athletic Clarksville Panther football team. The Panthers will be coming to town, and they will probably not be in a good mood, although coming off an off week. Coach Brian Rust is our guest on the Coach's Show, and we appreciate your time today. Good to have you back, Coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be back.
We missed you last week.
I know it was a rough time.
I can only imagine. So let's talk about the. Speaking of rough times, Charleston Tigers pretty good. You warned me they were going to be pretty good, and they were all as advertised, I have to think.
They really were, and I'll tell you, just being gone all week, I don't know if I've ever felt more uncomfortable. And I missed a game last year with the same quarantine deal and all that, and even that one, I got to listen to it. I got to be involved, in a lot of the preparation, that kind of stuff. And this past game, it just felt weird, even though I was involved in preparation and leading into it. Once I got there, I just felt lost a little bit, and so it was really a strange situation. And Charleston, man, I'll tell you what, they're going to do nothing but get better. We knew the junior class was really talented. We've been playing them for a few years now, and we knew they were a special group. And our guys, we came out and played hard, played well at times. We still, again, want to see things in kind of the preseason and the non-conference stuff that, you got to get better at. And Charleston was a very well-coached team and showed us some different looks that we haven't seen and really showed us some things we really have to get better at. And, so there were some good points to it, but, as late in the third quarter, whenever we're sitting there tied at 14. I thought, man, we're right in the middle of this thing, and then boom, once they scored, and we kind of fell apart a little bit and started, kind of getting the injury bug and things like that. You didn't want to see that, but you move on, and you try to get better and learn from your mistakes.
I thought Charleston, a lot of times in that game, our offense would be just about ready to break something. You could kind of see it completely unfolding, and just about the time your ball carrier would hit the hole that was there, here came a Charleston back to make the tackle. It seemed to me like that happened a lot. What causes that?
Well, the biggest thing I could identify film-wise was, we just didn't stay with blocks. We're used to getting to people and, really playing, the first 2 weeks I felt like we played some undisciplined defenses and things like that. And, really in those 2 weeks, we caused our own problems with a lot of fumbles and things like that. Charleston defensively, they just well coached and had some really good players out there. Their linebackers I felt like were really good. They put their two biggest, strongest guys at tackles and tried not to give us any room up the middle. And and that was the biggest thing, was not staying with the blocks, especially on our edge stuff. I think we're kind of used to guys kind of sinking down in there, and so they'd go ahead and give us the edge. Well, as soon as these guys, as soon as we had our jet motion coming, those guys were checking and stringing everything to the sidelines, and then those linebackers were getting off blocks and eventually getting to us. And like I said, so there were a few things that could really cause some problems with that. And the biggest one being, if you're stringing it out, and like our backs were getting too deep on our motions. And again, you work on it every day, all that kind of stuff. We try to stay on the heel line of our fullback. Well, you can watch on film, and we're 2 yards behind that heel line sometimes. Just trying to get depth, and because they kept stringing it out. Well, we've got to learn that once we get the edge, we just need to take it. If they string it out, we're cutting it in and going and getting yards, and instead of getting behind the line of scrimmage, allowing them more bodies to get there to tackle us.
Now, originally you might think, well, what difference does that 2 yards make? Well, that's a couple of steps the defender has to get there to make the play, right?
Yes.
All right. I thought second quarter probably as good a quarter as I've seen Pottsville play this year, though. You got down early, and I thought, oh boy, this could be a real long night. And then your guys sucked it up and started playing some really good, inspired football in the second quarter.
They really did, and again, I think it's kind of one of those deals where, you're trying to get guys to understand that, you got to start fast, against a good team that's trying to start fast just like you. And I think the first two games kind of got us in that mindset of, these guys aren't going to take, and we come from behind already. So we try not to be that team that starts real slow, but man, it just seems like we can't get it going before the second quarter anyway. So that's another thing we've kind of talked about in practice and things like that, getting it going right off the bat.
And the other thing I'd kind of like to get you to comment on for just a moment, actually Arkansas Razorback fans saw this on Saturday with the Razorback kicking game. That Charleston kicking game is really, really good, and it's hard on anybody's offense to go 75 or 80 yards every time.
It really is, and again, that's just another weapon they have. We're trying to develop the same thing, but whenever you have to start and go 80 every time they put in the end zone, 95% of the time, it makes it really tough on you, and people don't understand the field position battle you start off with. That just our first possession, we punt, whatever happens, if you turn it over, it's going to be way on your side of the ball or on our side of the field. And even if you punt it, if you get a great punt, and I felt like we did a couple times, but they still get the ball at midfield, so if you don't move it out of there. So anyway, it's definitely tough, and it's definitely a weapon, and we'll see another one this week that can boom it.
Yeah, as I say, in Clarksville, it seems like they always have somebody who can kick the football. Clarksville Panthers in town tonight. We'll come back on the pregame show with Coach Brian Rust of the Apaches, and we'll talk over the Panthers when we return. You are with Pottsville Apache football. Show. Coach Brian Rust joins us to talk over Pottsville Apache football. The Padre Jim Huffman will be with us a little bit later on in the pregame show to talk about tonight's game. This evening for the Apaches, we're the team stepping up in who we're playing with the Clarksville Panthers out of the Wild 5A West. And Clarksville, just my initial look at it, of course I'm not a coach, but my initial look at them is they're awfully big on the inside, seems to me, like on both sides of the football.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long. You put on their first film against Ozark, their first game, and man, I mean, they absolutely ran the ball up and down the field on them. Pretty much manhandled them up front, but just couldn't get the ball in the end zone, whether it was penalties, a mistake here, mistake there. Offensively, they're huge up front, absolutely humongous. Their backfield, I think their quarterback's about 6 foot, about 225, and a running back that's over 200 that can really run. So, they've got multiple guys at multiple spots that can give us some problems. And, our guys, I think the biggest thing is, from last week, I felt like we got out physicaled a little bit, and that really doesn't sit well with me. So that's the thing we've talked about this week. Clarksville's coming to town, and they're wanting to play man football. They're wanting to keep the ball between the tackles and just drive it down your throat and make you like it. And so I feel like that's something that we've got to get better at. So I'm kind of interested to see tonight how we respond to it, and hopefully we learn from our mistakes and we learn how to toughen up a little bit and get it done.
Clarksville will run an offense you don't see all the time in a single wing kind of formation, wing T, if you will. How different is that than the version of the T you were in?
It's similar, in some ways, the way they run it, because some single wings, they've got a million guys spinning different ways and going different directions. Clarksville's more of a power run, football team out of it, and so it's not a whole lot different than the T. They hit their spots. They try to run powers and power O and things like that, where they're trying to get bodies going this way and then come right under the or back in the middle. The quarterback will go one way, the hand to a running back go on the other, but then the quarterback will lead for a lot of their power stuff. So it's definitely something that you're not used to seeing, but I think they're going to be going back to base. From what we saw in the first two games, the first game, it was like they just kept the ball on the ground and made a few mistakes. Well, against Mina comes out and is basically they get behind. Mina makes a couple really good plays offensively, and next thing you know, they're trying to throw the ball. Clarksville's trying to throw the ball, and I think they kind of got away from what they do. And I anticipate that they're going to come out and just try to run the ball down our throats.
Just because of the way things worked out, Coach Buckner's second year there, I actually ended up broadcasting the Clarksville games for that radio station there. And you were talking about people spinning around and going all kinds of different directions. They used to do a lot of that.
Right.
Have they kind of gotten away from it? Maybe just say, here we come?
A little bit, yeah. I think that they figured out that maybe body-wise they can't move as much as they could before, and they didn't have the little guys that can run different directions. And they're still going to move that way, but they don't do as much of it as they used to, for sure. They're more of a power come right at you game now.
All right, and as their quarterback is the coach's son, so a bit of a gridiron rat, if you will. He loves the game like his dad. And that's funny, they run a power game because if memory serves, Coach Buckner still holds the career passing yards record for Clarksville High School. But his son, I think if he was playing in any other system, he'd be a lead blocker, fullback kind of guy, wouldn't he? He's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, he is. They've got two, between him and he had an early season injury last year that kind of kept him out for a lot of the season, but man, he's a special ball player. Along with number 13, their tailback, he was over 1,000-yard rusher last year, and he's just a junior. He did that as a sophomore, so they've got some talented guys back there that we're going to have to try to contain tonight.
All right, and if you had to give me one key for Pottsville tonight, what should I be watching for?
I think the biggest thing is, the thing I'm going to be watching for is guys staying with blocks. I think that's the biggest thing to me. And again, with the non-conference, you're looking to get out healthy. We've got a few guys that aren't going to be playing tonight that, with injuries and with quarantine, stuff like that. So we're definitely going to be looking thin on the sidelines. But, we want to get through this game, stay healthy, and get into the next week and once we start conference stuff.
And early on Friday morning as we record this, and last night, junior high football, how'd the Apaches look?
7th grade junior high looked great last night. I think we got away with a 22-0 win in 7th grade, and I think the final was like 34-6 in junior high. I felt like they looked great, both sides of the ball last night, and at both levels. So definitely, the future's bright in Apache land.
All right, tonight, Clarksville Panthers take on the Pottsville Apaches. Thank you, Coach Russ. We appreciate you. One of the things to know about tonight's game, last year Clarksville had their first playoff appearance in years in 5A. So tonight you've got two proud programs, two playoff programs. Look to be getting back there again. Should be a fun night. I'm Stephen Glenn. I'll come back and bring Jim Huffman in, and we'll get his thoughts on the pregame show. You're with Pottsville Apache football.
Pottsville, The Pottsville Apaches preparing to take on the Clarksville Panthers in the final non-conference game on the Apache schedule. Forgive me, I don't know for sure, but I believe this is also the exception of Ozark. It's also going to be up for grabs. An important non-conference test tonight for the Apaches.
Yeah, Steve, I think we're going to have our hands full tonight, but being here at John Needham Stadium, smelling those hamburgers down there cooking, I can tell you tonight I think our Pottsville Apaches will be ready to play. I just don't know how many we're going to have playing.
Yeah, numbers could be an issue. There are some COVID concerns amongst the roster and the coaches. So I know that was an issue last week. The coaches didn't feel like because of the COVID protocols, they had the preparation time last week they wanted, and it's just as bad this week.
Yep, and so hopefully everybody's going to get well when we start conference play, have all of our players back, coaches back, hitting on all cylinders, and hopefully we'll have a good conference run.
Obviously, because of privacy laws, I don't have a comprehensive list of who all's going to be out, but you'll notice me calling several different names as we continue on the Razor Polish pregame show. And this Panther team, Jim, when you played, did you ever play against a true single wing attack?
Yeah, we did, and Steve, it's always fun because you've got certain keys and reads that you'll have. But it's been a while. It has been a while since I've had a chance to see that type of offense, so it'll be fun. Kind of like the Razorback tomorrow. I think they're going up against the option offense, the power option. So that ought to be interesting for the Razorbacks as well. The Clarksville Panthers with the Pottsville Apaches tonight.
All right. Clarksville, they're coming off a bye week. They lost their first game. We mentioned Ozark earlier. Clarksville lost their opener to the Ozark Hillbillies in a game that actually went into overtime. And the game was the final score decided on the last play of the game. Clarksville had scored on their second overtime possession, and Coach Buckner rolled the dice and went for two. And the play would have worked had it not been for a good play by the right side defensive end of Ozark. He came on a line stunt, and his stunt took him right into the hole, and he was able to stop, I believe it was Alvarez, just short of the line to gain for the game-winning two-point conversion. So you got to admire a coach that does that. Clarksville's second loss on the year came on the road to Mena, and we all know what a tough place that is to play at after that long drive.
Yeah, yes, sir. Those Bearcats down in Mena, number one, Steve, you said it, it's a long drive, and once you get down there, they're very hospitable to the folks in the press box, but not so much on the guys on the field.
Right. And of course, the bad thing about a team traveling down to Mena is you don't get to stop at that steak place we like so much.
And that right there is the difference maker, Steve.
and it's not like we're planning our outing here. Make sure 2 weeks after that we go to Waldron, so we'll have to leave probably an hour earlier so we can hit at that trip too.
Yeah, Steve, I believe Justin and Zach, they were both on. Yes, we're ready. Let's go.
Well, we can introduce them to the road lifestyle. Jacob Buckner, one of the coach's sons who plays, was the captain for the Panthers. Pottsville's Cooper Duval, the senior quarterback, was the captain for the Apaches. Pottsville has won the toss. I did not hear. Did they decide to defer to the second half, or do they want the football?
Steve, I missed it.
I did too. But don't feel bad. I was sitting over here talking, and you got my voice right in your ear, so I'm sure you couldn't concentrate.
Well, I couldn't see.
No kidding. That'd be a bad spot to be in, have to where you could concentrate on my voice. Hey, while we have a minute here, we're still counting down a little more time here on the pregame show, brought to you by Razor Polish. Speaking of Razor, how about that Razorback game last week? We all predicted a hog blowout over Texas, right?
Well, Steve, I actually was calling for it, but I was kind of afraid. After I talked with you Friday night, I thought, well, maybe it's not going to be a big win. But, man, what a great day for the state of Arkansas and the Arkansas Razorback football program. And kudos and hats off and a big yes, sir, to Coach Sam Pittman, Barry Odom, and crew.
All right. Yeah, a gigantic yes, sir. No doubt about that. Well, the Apaches have taken the field, as you probably hear in the background. I see Adam Wainwright's here watching the game tonight. He probably doesn't pitch against San Diego until tomorrow. So saw Ozzie Smith down earlier. He's sitting a couple of rows down.
Yeah, well, we do have Cardinal fans in the stands.
Yep, that's true.
And one in the press, well, a couple, maybe a few more
couple
in the press
box. Yep.
Yeah.
looks like kicking off for Clarksville is someone who is on a roster that I don't have. They've switched up someone I don't know. We'll try to get that sooner or later. All I can tell you is number 10 kicking off. Yeah, Jan Stenerud. Short onside kick attempt comes to the near side. The Apaches fall on the football right at midfield. A good play by Pottsville's Jackson Furr, recovering the onside kick, and Pottsville will take over first down and 10. Did somebody say that was Ishii doing the kicking there?
I couldn't tell.
That's very possible. That's very possible. So Pottsville will have the first possession as we get ready to get this ball game underway.
And some of the best field positions, Steve, that we have started in the last 3 ball games.
Right at midfield. Cooper Duval leads the offense to the line of scrimmage. I would assume that's number 11, Mahan in the back. Ball is on the right side hash, and they give it to Mahan, angling off tackle to the right, gets outside the hash to the 47 to the 46-yard line, and with progress, he turns the legs down to the 45.
Yeah, picks up about 4 yards that time, and a good run, and a good way to start it off with Landon Mahan.
Ball is at the 45, second down and 6 after the pickup was 4. The Apaches working left to right across the broadcast position. They send a single wide out to the left. That's Aiden Grant. Single wide out to the near side of the field. Is that Bo Ade, I believe? Motion left to right, out of the tee. Give it again to Landon. He has running room straight up again to the right side. Crosses the 42 to the 40-yard line. Gets inside the 40. He's going to be close to a first down. And, in fact, the man with a striped shirt says that is a first down, brought to you by Heirloom Legal.
Yeah, big first down that time by big number 11, Landon Mahan.
Yep, Landon's probably going to be carrying most of the load in the backfield tonight because of the way the protocols have worked out. Wide on the near side comes Bryson Villarreal. Wide to the left, that's Aiden Grant. And again, in the backfield, it's Mahan. This time the motion right to left. Duval, the option keeper, gets out of the tackle of 1, steps inside the 39 to the 38-yard line. Cooper Duval did a nice job of kind of making something out of nothing there.
Yeah, Steve, that's exactly what Cooper did that time. The ball hit the ground, but he picked it up and thought, hey, I'm going to try to make something positive, and picked up about 1 yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Ishii makes the tackle out of his linebacker spot. He is not the biggest of linebackers you will ever see, but he will come hit you. I do remember that. 2nd and 9 for the Apaches. Ball is at the Panther 38, right in the center of the crown of the field. Motion comes left to right. Give it to Mahan. Has running room. Crosses the 35 to the 30. Makes a move inside the 30 to spin down to the 25-yard line. And Landon Mahan with another Pottsville Apache first down. Brought to you by Heirloom Legal.
Well, Steve, I'm going to tell you what, Landon Mahan's picking up the yards, and he's churning, keeping those feet moving. But you got to give hats off to that line, to that offensive line, because they are actually getting a push right now.
And, in fact, the 3+ gains have all been power running over the right side. Pottsville feels like they have something there. Some good blocking by Alex Moats, number 55, helping to open up the running room. 1st and 10 for Pottsville at the 19-yard line. Cooper Duval gives it to running back in the backfield. Cooper now pulls it out. He keeps it himself. Falls forward to the 20-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play.
Well, Steve, I think with their numbers being down, you're going to see a lot of number 15 and a lot of number 11.
Right. And, we were talking about numbers being down. This is not a huge number of players for the Panthers. I think, and I think talking to the Hootens, Arkansas football folks, numbers are down all over the state. Yeah. 2nd and 5 for Pottsville. The ball is on the 20-yard line, and a counter give to the left side with the ball is Eli Atkins, number 24. He gets inside the 20, up the left hash mark to the 19 to the 18-yard line. We saw Atkins a couple of games ago, and he looked pretty good. Yes. He's getting a chance to shine tonight.
Well, Steve, he is, and that was a good run over the left tackle that time. And actually was just 1 or 2 tackles away from maybe breaking that one.
Ty Frost may have made a touchdown-saving tackle for the Panthers. 3rd down and 3 for the Apaches. They are on the Panther side of the field at the 16. Short side left in the formation, wide side right. Duval says something to Mahan in the backfield, now calls the line set, and the Clarksville nose guard steps into the line and makes contact with the center.
Oh, hard count, Steve.
Yep. Ishii jumping offside. I said he was a linebacker. He's actually their nose guy. Yeah. But the 5-yard mark off for Pottsville should move the ball down to about the 11. Another first down for the Apaches, brought to you by Heirloom Legal. And the Apaches will have it 1st and 10. It is not goal to go. The ball is on the left hash at the 11. Beautiful football Friday night.
When the ball's on the 11, who do you give it to?
Oh, I'd give it to Mahan.
Number 11.
He is the single back in the backfield of the wing T formation. Toss to the right side on the option, trying to get to the corners, Adrian Hall, but he gets tracked down by the Panther pursuit. Arthur Alvarez made a good stop. In fact, that play, well, basically it got back to the line of scrimmage. Alvarez is their primary running back, so you know he's got speed. And I don't know, Pottsville might have been better off just bouncing that inside rather than trying to kick it out. Just take the yard or two if you can. Brings up a 2nd down. Easy for me to say sitting up here watching it from up high.
We're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at watching. I'm great at that. Aiden Grant goes wide to the left, draws single coverage there. Wide out to the right is Villarreal. He has also single coverage. They give it to Mahan. Gets into the hole, straight up the gut, cuts inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Mahan running straight ahead. I think they will bring him down at the 4.
Yeah, Steve, I believe that's the spot, the 4-yard line. But, man, what a hard run by number 11, Mahan.
Daniel Addis making the stop for the Panthers. They give him the 4-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for a first down. 4 to go to the end zone. Pottsville sends the play in with 18 on the play clock. Wide out to the left is Aiden Grant. Villarreal on the right side. Back in the backfield is Mahan. From the right hash, Duval. Out of the wing T formation. Again, Mahan straight ahead, cuts through into the end zone. Touchdown, Pottsville. Brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
Well, Steve, that's how you run the first series on offense. Man, run, pick up those first downs, and then punch it into the end zone.
And getting short field position did not hurt. 4-yard touchdown run for Landon Mahan. Now after running for the touchdown, Mahan with a chance to kick the point after. Cooper Duval is the holder. The snap is good. The kick is a low-line drive, but it does split the uprights, and it is good. 6:53 to go in the first quarter. Your first score tonight from John Needham Stadium. Pottsville 7, Clarksville nothing. We're back after this 30-second timeout with more Apache football.
For 30 years, Miller Roofing Company has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by any other leader. As a DEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer. As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance organization. With Miller Roofing Company, 30 years of experience to work for you.
I hope he's not working.
Pottsville catches the first scoring drive of the night on their opening possession. They moved the ball 50 yards, took them 9 plays to do it. The 4-yard touchdown run right up the gut by Landon Mahan, who then also completed the point after, and the Apaches take the early 7-0 lead. It looks like Landon Mahan on to do the kickoff. He's got a low line drive kick. It falls at the 30, bounces out of bounds. And the ball goes out of bounds. And let's see, will they take it from there +5, or will they make him re-kick it or get it at the 35? One of the officials is standing at the 35, so looks like the Panthers, they have some options. It looks like they're going to take it at the 35.
Yep.
Is that how you would assume it?
Well, Steve, and I think they actually had the option, as we saw last time. The other, I'm trying to remember who it was we were playing, but they wanted a re-kick. Panthers said, hey, we'll take it on 35.
Well, they want to get this misdirection offense on the field, and it can be more than difficult to track, no doubt about that. Their quarterback is, as they say in pure Arkansas, ease is a big one. Bryce Buckner is their quarterback. He has in the backfield with him Arthur Alvarez. Pottsville jumps into the neutral zone, gets back, direct snap to Bucker. Buckner hands it off to his brother, Jacob Buckner, trying the right side. Gets across the 36 to the 37-yard line. Brought down on the 37 by Ben Burnett after a pickup of 3.
Steve, I'm going to tell you there's a lot of moving parts in that offensive unit for the Clarksville Panthers.
Right. Well, and I'm told, when they first instituted this offense, man, you had people spinning around and all kinds of stuff, but they've kind of toned that down a little bit. But it's still, It's still a single wing formation, almost a wishbone set in the backfield. Now a motion man comes from right to left. Buckner gives it on the jet sweep. Turning the corner on the left side is Edgman. He's across the 45 up the left hash to midfield into Apache territory down to the 47-yard line before the Apache secondary can make the stop.
Yeah, good run that time by number 28 for the Panthers, Steve, and he picked up the first down.
Pickup of 14 on the play. Panthers with a 1st and 10. We have 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This is the first possession by Clarksville. Both of these teams like to grind it out. Once again, will probably be one of the first games done tonight. Clarksville with the wing side, the right side of the formation. No wideouts on either side. From the left hash, the direct snap to Buckner in the backfield. Steps around a would-be tackler at the 48. Brings it up the left hash to the 47 to the 46-yard line. Stacked up at the 46-yard line by a host of Apaches. Looks like Landon Mahan may have got there first.
Yeah, it was Mahan that time on the tackle, and good stop.
Pickup is 2. 2nd down and 8. Looks like the clouds that were in the area have kind of cleared out a little bit. I was afraid we were going to get rained on there for a little bit there, Brother Jim.
Yep.
All right. Clarksville with the ball. They are wearing their white road uniforms. I'm glad we have the game up here. Their home uniforms can be a little tough on old eyes like mine. Double wing to the right side of the formation. Direct snap to Alvarez. They're going to give it coming around the corner to Jacob Buckner. Gets outside the hash to the 45 to the 44-yard line. Looks like Adrian Hall came up and made the stop. All kinds of misdirection, people going all over the place, but when it's all said and done, that play went for no gain.
Yeah, Steve, and you mentioned this. What our defense has to do, we have to stay in position. And we got to be patient against this offense that is going every which way but loose.
Noah Vergara brings in the offensive play from Coach Buckner on the right side. Well, I say Coach Buckner. I'm not real sure who Clarksville's offensive coordinator is, to be honest. Double 2 wings and a slot on the right side, and Pottsville jumps into the neutral zone. That'll give the Panthers a free 5. We'll move it to the 41-yard line and bring up 3rd down and much more manageable. In fact, it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. Move it down to the 38. So 3rd down and maybe less than a yard. Left side hash, short side left. The direct snap comes to Alvarez in the back. He turns the corner up the right side, makes a man miss at the 35, gets outside the 30, up the right sideline to the 20, and finally drugged down right at the 20-yard line. Alvarez is a good one.
Yeah, Steve, he is, and I was looking for a yellow flag. It looked like he was horse collared down, but I think he had the bottom of the jersey instead of the top of the shoulder.
So we caught a bit of a break there. Ball is marked right on top of the 20-yard line on the right hash mark. 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Pottsville with a 7-0 lead, but the Panthers knocking on the door from the 20-yard line. Alvarez in the backfield, and then Buckner is lined up in the quarterback, almost a shotgun position. Double wide, has no trips to the left side. Buckner takes it. He's going to run it right up the middle. Gets to the center of the field at the 20. Cuts inside, moving left to the 15 to the 14. Buckner, the ball carrier, gets tackled by Cooper Duval, but not until he gets down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Steve, we're making some initial contact right there at the line of scrimmage, but we're not wrapping up. And our defense, man, we got to wrap up a little bit better.
And Buckner is a big young man. You're not going to arm tackle him. He is a tough runner to bring down. 2nd and a yard. Watch out here. The ball is at the Pottsville 11 on the left hash. No wideouts in the formation. It is the wing. They're going to get it to Alvarez. He's going to turn the corner, gets a couple of late blocks, gets inside the 7 to the 6, maybe down to the 5-yard line. And that time the quarterback Buckner became the lead blocker, and it worked well.
Yep.
Cooper Duval made the stop at the 6 after a pickup of 5. And that will be a 1st down and goal to go from about the 6.
All right, defense need to stop here, turnover here.
Both teams' offense have really been on top of things in their first possessions, hasn't it?
Yeah, they have.
1st and goal to go from the 6. Slot to the left side of the formation out of the wing. Bryce Buckner, the quarterback. Alvarez takes the snap, gives it on the sweep, turning the corner. Jacob Buckner tries the right side, moves up the hash from the 5 to the 4-yard line, spun away there down to the 2, tackled at the 2, just short of the line to make. I'm not sure who was over there to make the stop, perhaps Duval.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal to go. Play comes in from the sideline for the Panthers. Bringing the play in. Vergara, number 32. Buckner in the back, flanked by a couple of backs. He's going to take the direct snap, draws contact at the 2, spins off the initial hit, falls forward, but driven down right at the goal line. He did not get in after a gain of 1. So 3rd and goal to go. Looked like Buckner was going to get there, and then the Apaches just stopped him right at the goal line.
Yeah, we need a big stop here.
And Bryce Buckner is their short yardage guy more often than not. He's about 6'1", 215, 220, maybe a little closer to 225 in my humble opinion. 3rd and goal to go from the 1. Buckner in the backfield with Alvarez. And a wing to the left. Short snap comes to Buckner. He goes straight ahead right behind the center, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown for the Clarksville Panthers.
Number 7, Bryce Buckner.
Bryce Buckner, the ball carrier on the 1-yard run.
Yeah, Steve, I mean, man, what a play to call. You know, I mean, you got it on the ball. You got the ball on the 1-inch yard line, and you got a running back like Bryce Butler. I'm going to tell you what, or Buckner, man, you just let him take it over the middle.
On to attempt the point after is Ishii. Ishii is a soccer-style kicker with a strong leg. Imagine that, a Clarksville kicker with a big leg. This kick is on the way, and it splits the upright. It is good. So with 1:33 to go in the first quarter, it is now Pottsville 7, Clarksville 7. Back in 30 seconds with more Pottsville Apache football.
Family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
All right, welcome back to John Needham Stadium. If you like defense, you may be at the wrong place. We have had one offensive possession by each team, and the game's tied at 7. It doesn't get any more efficient than that, does it?
Yeah, hey, and it almost took an entire quarter for that.
Yeah, it really did. We only have a minute and a half left. Ishii will handle the kicking chores. Not very often you have the nose guard doing the kicking. Clarksville kind of does a bunch formation on the kickoff, and they will onside kick. This time she is going to nail it, and he pounds it down to about the 10. Hall has it at the 10. Return right across the 20, the 25 toward the sidelines. The 30 makes a spin move at the 33 ahead to the 35-yard line. Hall with a good return, going to give his team pretty good field position. Tackle is made by another player that I don't have a roster on.
Yeah. But a good return by Adrian Hall that time.
That's from Pottsville perspective, that's what matters, right?
That's right. So that's what we're going to say.
So 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Both teams have kept the ball on the ground. If you like ground and pound football, you've got it tonight. Pottsville out of the wing tee, whereas Clarksville runs out of a single wing. Again to Mahan, again the right side, and again running room. Crosses the 38 to the 39. Mahan fights forward with the legs to the 41 to the 42 before the tackle is finally made by Caleb Melson.
I'm going to tell you what, Landon Mahan, man, he is one tough kid, too. Running downhill, picking up good yardage on this first possession here, or the second possession, Steve, in the first quarter.
Yep. And we're just about out of the first quarter. We're under a minute to go. 2nd down and 3 for the Apaches. They are at their own 43. 2 wideouts in the formation. Quick snap. Mahan again straight ahead, fighting behind blockers to the 44 to the 45-yard line. He's going to be just short of the line to gain for the first down, but again, good power running, although I do see an Apache player down.
I can't tell who
I believe that may be Moats. We don't need Alex Moats hurt. Well, you don't ever need anybody hurt. That's kind of a silly thing for me to say, but I think you know what I mean. And they are looking at his left leg, maybe the left ankle. Looks like they're holding pressure down on it. When we get back underway, it's going to be 3rd down and actually less than a yard for the Apaches. They are at their own 45-yard line. And both teams have taken a knee. You and I have both been to places where that doesn't happen.
Yep.
But they're still working on Alex Moat. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to remind you that we are in the first quarter with 38 seconds left to play. This game is tied at 7, and we'll come back after this 30-second timeout. You are listening and watching Pottsville Apache football.
Has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
All right, Alex Moats is on the sideline, but he cannot put any weight on that left leg. He is replaced in the Apache lineup by number 75, Camden Teeter. Third down, less than a yard at the 45. Pottsville sends a motion man right to left. Option keeper Duval brings it down himself, crosses the 46, up the left side of the 47, right at the hash to the 48-yard line. That's going to be a Pottsville Apache first down, brought to you by Heirloom Legal. And Cooper read that option perfectly. Is he reading the in there?
Yeah, Steve, that's actually his read. And so if he goes out, like on the pitch man, and sometimes that's not what a defensive end needs to do. A defensive end needs to run the box, what they call the box, and his key is the quarterback. But sometimes a quarterback can fake out that defensive end, and that's what Cooper Duval did that time.
We are at the end of the first quarter of play. It's been a fun one. After one, it is Pottsville 7, Clarksville 7. We're back in 1 minute with more Apache football.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real. To always...
We flipped the field. Not a lot of ground to cover, though, to get to the other side since the ball is very near midfield. The Apaches have it with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, their own 48, right in the middle of the field. Motion man right to left, quick give to Mahan. This time comes left to the hash mark and then up the field at midfield, and then falls forward down to the 49-yard line. Mahan is tackled by the Panthers' Bryce Buckner. A pickup of 3 for the Apaches.
Steve, you just look at the size of that defensive unit, you look at the size of Pottsville's offensive line, and you wonder how in the world are we winning the battle, but they are getting lower, and they're getting the push.
Single wide out to the right side of the formation. That's Jackson Furr, wide out to the left. A wing tee, and they're going to try to give it ahead to Mahan. The exchange was never made, and the ball is fumbled down to the 46-yard line. Looked like Cooper Duval was trying to pull the ball back out of the belly of his fullback, and he should have let it go. Panthers have the fumble recovery by Noah Vigera, and that is a big fumble there.
Boy, it is, Steve. We sure didn't need that, but now our defense, man, we can bend, but we don't need to break here. Man, we need to get the ball back.
So Clarksville will have first possession of the second quarter with 11:22 to go in the second on the fumble recovery. And I'm sorry, I did not see who came up with that. And I don't think anyone else in the press box did either, so I don't feel quite so bad. Game is tied at 7. Panthers have it 1st and 10. They'll start in good field position at their own 46-yard line. Buckner, the quarterback, The wing is the left side of the formation. Alvarez, the running back to the left. Misdirection play, but Alvarez comes out with it, turns the corner on the left hash at the 45, ahead to midfield into Apache territory at the 49 to the 48-yard line. A lot of misdirection that time, and when it's all said and done, Alvarez has a pickup of 8.
Yeah, pickup of 8, and man, you're talking about just a good hard run that time by Alvarez.
And at the 47 of the Apaches now.
That was number 7, I believe, on the stop for the Pottsville Apaches.
Bryson Villarreal.
Yep.
Bryson with the stop for Pottsville. 10:50 to go to the halftime break. This game is tied at 7. Panthers have it second down and about 4. Short side to left. That's a slot side of the formation. Out of the T, the snap goes to Buckner. They're going to give it on the jet sweep. Coming to the left side, turning the corner at the 40 to the 35 to the 34 to the 33-yard line. That was Shane Edgman coming from that wing-back spot, and he has a good pickup down to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 15.
Yeah, number 28 there, Edgman. Now, I'm going to tell you what, Steve, he's got some legs on him now.
And that's purely a jet sweep, but coming from that single wing, it's awfully tough to read the keys, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve, it is.
10:20 to play in the second quarter. Clarksville, after the fumble recovery with a short field, they have moved it to the Apache 31. Open field both sides. The wide side is the left side of the formation. Buckner calls the offense set, takes the direct snap, spins right, starts left, goes right up the middle, gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Kind of a strange-looking play, but credit the Apache linebacking core for staying at home. Pick up from the 32 down to the 27.
Yeah, Steve, you got to pay technique on with an offense like this. You were asking me, did we ever face this? Well, the team that actually ran this exact same offense when I played was the Lone Oak Jackrabbits.
Oh, okay. There's a team with some tradition.
Yep.
All right, so the pickup is 4 officially. Second down and 6 coming for the Panthers. They have the ball at the Apache 28, moving left to right. Buckner calls the man in motion from right to left. Thought I heard him yell Omaha. He takes the direct snap. He's tripped up in the backfield. Landon Mahan got a hand on Buckner. Now, hard to bring him down with one hand, and Buckner does fall forward, but probably only got a yard on the play. Nice play by Mahan.
Yeah, great play there by Mahan that time. Getting that big Paul out there, getting a stop.
Did you hear him call Omaha? I thought I did.
I thought he said Omaha Steaks.
Well, yeah, of course, and now I'm starving. Thank you. 8:59 to go in the quarter. Each team has had 2 possessions on offense. Clarksville with the ball now. Third down and 6. Wide out to the left side of the formation is Alvarez. Watch out here. Buckner, watch him going to the left, or Alvarez would be a natural lead blocker. Nope, he's rolling to the right on the shotgun snap, looking down the field, has a man, overthrows it. Good coverage. I said he has a man, but he really didn't. Cooper Duval deep along with Adrian Hall in good coverage, and the ball is overthrown at the 10-yard line, incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage that time by the Pottsville secondary with Adrian Hall and Duval covering those deep third.
4th down and 6. Now, the Panthers have a kicker with the leg to make this, although it would be about a 43-yarder from here. 4th and 6 looks like Clarksville's going to go for it deep in Apache territory. No wideouts. The wing side of the formation is the right side. Buckner and Alvarez the backfield. Buckner, the ball carrier, starts left, rolls right, pulls it down. He's going to throw a screen to the left side, and he overthrows it. That play was there. His intended receiver was Alvarez. Or excuse me, it was Jacob Buckner, the intended pass, but it falls incomplete, and Pottsville will take over on downs.
Steve, I'm going to tell you what, this offense is fun to watch, and that time, man, what a great call, but just overthrew his receiver just by a little bit.
Had a real tough angle on that throw, though. We had a really good look at it, and that's a tough throw to complete.
Yep.
Now, if he did complete it, Jacob might still be running.
Yep.
But Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. We have 8:33 to go in the second quarter. Pottsville in the wing tee, send a motion man right to left. Cooper Duval back to pass, has a man, and it is incomplete, intended for Eli Atkins. Had him at the 35-yard line, but the pass was a little bit high and a little bit behind the intended receiver, Atkins.
Yep. He was there for a moment.
So now both teams have broken out the air tee. Suddenly we're throwing it all over the place.
Yeah, the clock is stopping now, Steve.
Yeah, so suddenly we've got an air raid offense here on both teams after they chunk up a couple of 100 yards on the ground. Second down and 10 for Pottsville. They're at their own 28. Ball at the right side hash. Motion man comes from the right. Cooper Duval keeps it himself, reads it, pulls the ball down, turns it upfield inside the left guard, gets to the 30 to the 31-yard line. Bryce Buckner comes up and makes the stop. Duval picked up about 3 at the 31-yard line. Third down and 7 for the Apaches. So Pottsville 0 for 1 through the air. Clarksville 0 for 2.
Wouldn't surprise me if we didn't try a screen again.
I think I just give it to Mahan straight ahead.
Well, that's been working, Steve.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm not sure you don't actually look at this as 2-down territory. Game is tied at 7. Big third down for the Apaches. It's 3rd and 7 at their own 31. And I think the Panthers have called a timeout here. Yeah, timeout on the field. So 7:42 to play in the half. We're tied at 7, and we're back in 30 seconds with more Pottsville Apache football.
For 30 years, Miller Roofing Company has been building
our reputation and being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
Making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
Fun football game so far. 7:42 to go in the second quarter. This has been a game that has really been battled out in the trenches. Clarksville forcing a fumble to get a ball with short field, and then the Apaches battling it out to get a stop on a 4th down. Both teams have had good long drives. Pottsville with a drive of 50. Clarksville with a drive of 65 yards, and those are the only scoring plays. 7:42 to go. 3rd down and 7 for Pottsville at their 31. 2 wideouts in the formation, and the wing T. Motion comes from left to right. Cooper Duval makes one man miss, turns it upfield, and just about the time he was out to hit open field, he got hit from the left side of the Clarksville linebacking core. Stopped after a gain of only about a 1. Noah and Vergara making the stop there, and it's going to be 4th down after a pickup of about 1 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think Cooper got shook up just a little bit that time, boy, man, but he popped up pretty quick, but you could tell he got hit pretty hard too, and he's shaking it off.
Looks like it's Cooper Duval. No, it's KJ Spencer back deep. Duval steps in the up formation. The snap is good in the punt. A high kick. Clarksville had nobody back. It takes a Apache bounce at the 35, rolls inside the 33 to the 32, where it is down at the 32-yard line. Aiden Grant downing the ball. Clarksville kind of sold out, assuming we were going to go for that, didn't they?
Yeah, Steve, they did.
They did not believe we were going to kick that football.
Yeah, didn't have a man back, had everybody up front, and was really probably looking for the run.
Yeah, because they were definitely in a punt safe formation. They weren't coming like they were going to try to block it or anything. So the Panthers have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. 6:54 to go in the second quarter, which the way this game has gone, that's probably just one more drive.
Yep.
What time's it gotten to be?
Well, 7:30. Yeah.
We're going to be at halftime before 7:45.
Yeah.
In fact, we may be done with halftime by 7:45. All right, Panther football on their side of the field. They come out. The wing side of the formation is the left. Alvarez and Buckner in the backfield. No wideouts anywhere. The direct snap this time goes for Alvarez. Buckner, the lead blocker, as the running back crosses the 35 up the left hash to the 36 or the 37-yard line. Arthur Alvarez over the left side with a good lead by the quarterback. How often is your quarterback the lead blocker?
I'm going to tell you what, if I was on that field, I wouldn't mind for that quarterback to block for me, Steve. He's a pretty good size.
Yep. Well, they opened a nice hole there between the defensive end and the right side linebacker of the Apaches, and the pickup is 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers. They're at the Apache 38 on the left hash. Direct snap to Alvarez, who's going to carry it again. Turns upfield at the 45, gets to midfield, down to Apache territory. Alvarez with another big pickup behind some very good blocking by the Clarksville Panthers. And that's going to be a 1st and 10, finally tackled at the Apache 44-yard line.
Yeah, when Alvarez turns that corner, Steve, he actually runs downhill. And he'll run over you, too.
Yeah, he doesn't get out there and try to dance or anything like that. He's just get out of my way or I'll run you over.
Yep.
Easton Case, number 22, enters the game for the Panthers. He's actually going to be kind of a wideout on the right side of the formation. This is almost a double-barrel shotgun, I call it, on the 1st and 10 from the Apache 44. They do have a short blocker. Alvarez, again, this time he runs right into a black wall called the right side of the Apache defense as he crossed the 43. No, didn't get to the 42. So, again, a 1 on the play. Mahan right there to fill the hole.
Yep. Good job by that defensive linebacking core and that front line, those defensive tackles, man, they're getting in there and making some stops.
2nd down and 9 from the Apache 43. Clarksville, quick snap. Alvarez again. Alvarez this time met in the backfield. Coming up, Eli Nason in run support. And he and the ball and Alvarez all arrived in the same place at the same time. And that will actually push the ball back a yard.
Yeah, third and long, Steve.
From the 44-yard line. Nathan Paramo also involved in that play. 3rd down and 10 for Clarksville. Now their last 4th down they went for it, so I'd have to assume this is 2-down territory as well. Clarksville comes to the line of scrimmage quickly. The wing side of the formation is left. They bring a motion man right to left. This is Vergara. Buckner in the backfield, takes the direct snap. Nope, that's Alvarez getting the direct snap. He turns it upfield, crosses the 40. He's going to have 1st down yardage across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Alvarez with a pickup of a 1st and 10 for the Clarksville Panthers down to the, where are they going to mark that, at the 34, 33?
I believe it's going to be at the 34. But there's a flag and there's holding, Steve.
That's how that hole opened up so quickly and out of nowhere. It looked like the Pottsville Apaches had set the edge well on the right side of their defensive line, and then suddenly that man was just drugged to the ground. And that's going to be a spot foul, which actually the spot was the line of scrimmage. So we'll erase that. So the ball will be moved back to the other side of the field, crossing midfield, and now at the minus 46-yard line. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 20, I think.
Yep. 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20. Well, if this was Pottsville, I'd advocate for the skinny post, but I got a suspicion with this offense, Buckner may just keep it. Or Alvarez. From the 46, 3rd down and long at the Panther 46. Buckner straight back on the drop, surveying the field, puts it up for grabs, and it's going to be pass interference deep in the end. And that was not going to be caught, but Pottsville got caught up in coverage. And it will be pass interference, and there's no argument on that one.
Yeah. Looking back at the ball, and the defensive back actually just ran into the receiver because he was looking back at the ball, but you can't run into the receiver.
Yep, just ran him over. And, again, as they say, as I have been taught by Matt Lee, there is no such thing as an uncatchable pass in high school football. Yeah. Although, to be honest, in all candor, Alvarez might have caught that ball. Buckner threw it well.
But now it's, 3rd and manageable now.
Yep, that's not an automatic 1st down, by the way. So the ball is at the 39-yard line of Pottsville after the mark-off of the penalty. So it's going to be 3rd down and a long 5, maybe a short 6 on the pass interference call. And again, it was a good call. Quarterback Buckner takes the direct snap. Now it's Alvarez. Alvarez met right at the line of scrimmage, and a couple of Apaches combined on that play. Alvarez going straight ahead, got to the 37 to the 36, but he did not get 1st down yardage.
Steve, he didn't. Going to bring about 4th and 3.
3:47 left to go in the first half. The game is tied at 7. A second 4th down attempt here by Clarksville. They tried to pass the last time. It was there, but it was just overthrown, and it was on a tough angle. We'll see what they do here on 4th and 3 from the Apache 37. Buckner in the backfield. The wing is the right side of the formation. They snap it to Buckner, throws it over the middle. It's going to fall incomplete. Check it. The snap was to Alvarez, and he overthrew it at the 30-yard line. Good coverage. They intended the pass for Jacob Buckner, but the Apaches secondary did a good job there. Was that Adrian Hall on the coverage?
That was number 3.
So, again, they turn it over on downs. And I will tell you on 4th down and 3, I don't understand that play call, but that's all right. Some things in this world I just can't explain.
And they make you say,
3:21. Well, and my logic is you're picking up 4 and 5 yards on the ground.
Right.
You know? Okay, so Pottsville will take over 1st and 10. The line of scrimmage was their own 37, so the Apaches have it there with 3:21 on the clock. Pottsville going right to left. They give it to Mahan, the fullback, straight up the middle, crosses the 40, spins away from a man at the 40 to churn ahead to the 42 to the 43-yard line with running room plus yards straight ahead.
Yeah, ground and pound. That's what Pottsville's going to do with 3 minutes left in this second quarter, Steve.
Pickup of 7 to the 43-yard line. Alvarez made the stop, but we've called Alvarez and Buckner's name a bunch, haven't we?
Well, Steve, it's the Alvarez-Buckner show.
It is for Clarksville. It seems like it's the Mahan-Duval show for the Apaches.
Yeah.
Game is tied at 7. 2:47 and counting left to go. Pottsville will come to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 43, with a 2nd down and 4. They split out the tight end off the line of scrimmage, so 2 wide outs. Hall comes in motion right to left. They give it to Mahan. Why not? He goes up the right side, headed for the hash mark across the 45 to the 46 to the 47-yard line.
It's going to be close. I don't know if they're
going to. Well, I started to give him a 1st down, but from this angle, it actually looks like it might be short.
Yeah.
Oh, they do call it another heirloom legal 1st down at the 48-yard line. Boy, I wasn't sure on that one.
Yeah.
I was not sure at all.
I'm glad to hear you say heirloom legal.
I like that. If we say that a lot, it's a good sign for the Apaches.
It is a good sign.
2:18 to go.
If they call my house, you know what I'm going to say?
What's that?
First down.
1st and 10, Pottsville on their own 48-yard line as we tick down toward 2 minutes. A penalty flag is going to come in, I think perhaps for illegal motion or false start, one or the other.
Yeah.
It was it was Eli Adkins that came in motion. It looked funny, like he may have started forward and then went in motion, which you can't do. Now, in the Canadian Football League, you can do that. I'm sure people care about that.
Well, it's, Steve, I think once we get some Canadian air down here, that will sound better.
Which I understand could happen next week.
It could happen next week.
That'd be get some real football weather, although it's really pretty nice out here tonight. Mark off back to the 43-yard line. 1st and 15 for Pottsville, still in the wing tee. Duval back to pass. He's under pressure, makes the pass to the left side, complete on the wheel route up to the 44 to the 45-yard line, and then driven out of bounds with a hard hit by Noah Vergara. That was a completion to Eli Atkins, and boy, Atkins was really hit hard.
Steve, he was, man, but what a tough kid. He bounced right up, but I'm going to tell you what, number 7, you talking about a formed tackle. That was a formed tackle.
1:19 to go in the first half. Well, that's a steep price to pay for 2 yards, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And a good clean hit. Nothing wrong with that hit from Vergara either. 2nd down and 13. Pottsville has the ball at their own 45, short side left. Cooper Duval with a toss sweep to the right side. Adrian Hall makes a man miss at midfield coming up the right hash. Gets into Panther territory where he is stacked up at the 49-yard line. And we have the official stopping play immediately. Somebody called timeout with 54 seconds left to go. It could have been either team, but I can't tell you there's timeout on the field. And we'll be back. This game is tied at 7. We're about a minute away from the halftime break. Back with more Apache football in 30 seconds.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Justin Smith, our producer, and I were talking about just who called that timeout, and we believe it was Clarksville that called it with 54 seconds left to go. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Pottsville, 3rd and 7. But looking at the scoreboard, it shows Pottsville still has 3 timeouts left. Clarksville has 2. So with my amazing spider senses, I can tell you that that's a Clarksville timeout. Don't get nothing past me, do you?
No, that's good.
From the 49, Pottsville takes the snap. Duval with a toss across the 45, running room to the 40, the 35, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Ball carrier that time was Eli Atkins. Eli with some speed up the field.
Yeah.
Eli's coming, and he's coming with a first down for the Apaches into Panther territory. That was the risk of taking that timeout.
Yeah, game plan.
Yep, another Pottsville Apache timeout brought to you by Heirloom Legal Services. Ball is at the 27-yard line. And again, they're going to go with the option to the right side. This time, Hall has running room. Crosses the 23 to the 22, gets down to the 20-yard line. Almost a pickup of 10. He's driven down short of the line to gain after a pickup of about 6. They knocked him out of bounds before he got further down the field. This time, Pottsville's going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
7-7, the game is tied. 33 seconds left to go in the half. We will be back with more Apache football in 30 seconds.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Well, if you're only going to get a couple of carries in the half, you just as well make one of them for a long option first down, right?
There you go.
Eli Atkins picked up a big first down and then another option run by Adrian Hall, and Pottsville is down knocking on the door of the end zone. They are still 19 yards away. Second down and 2 from the 19, 30 seconds left to go in the half. We're tied at 7. Out of the wing tee, it's going to be Cooper Duval. Keeps it, reads his keys, turns it up between the guard and tackle, gets inside the 16, fights his way down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be another Pottsville Apache Heirloom Legal Services first down. And Pottsville gets to the line of scrimmage in a big hurry with 27 seconds left to go. Clock stopped on the first down. Now they roll it. Duval up under center. Out of the wing tee, he takes it, pulls it out, option. Cuts his way upfield inside the 12 to the 11, moving toward the left hash to the 10-yard line. Brought down at the 10 by the Panthers right side. And that's going to bring up another Pottsville Apache timeout on the field with 18 seconds left to go. Timeout on the field. The game is tied at 7. We'll be back after 30 seconds with more Apache football.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
We have had absolutely 0 points put on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but it's been crazy. Both teams going up and down the field, both teams making big defensive stops. And we have 12 seconds left to go. Pottsville has the ball in Clarksville territory at the 11-yard line. Or let's call it the ball just inside the 12. So Pottsville has a second down and 6. They do have, the Apaches has one more timeout. So you could run the ball one more time if you wish.
Yeah, got to call that quick timeout though, Steve.
Jackson Furr goes wide to the right. Wide to the left side for Pottsville is Aiden Grant. Mahan, the running back, behind Duval. They fake it. Pass over the middle is knocked away in the end zone. Duval's pass intended for Adrian Hall. The linebacking core of Clarksville with a nice job dropping on that play, and I believe it was Arthur Alvarez who knocked it away in the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, the good news is, Steve, it's 3rd and 6, and we got 9 seconds.
Clarksville is really selling out right at the line of scrimmage for that fake give to the fullback. That was a good call on the step back and throw it play, but the secondary stayed their ground. Both of these teams drilled very well on defense. Third down for the Apaches from the 11 with 11 seconds left to go. Duval back to pass. He's in trouble. Rolls to the right. He takes it down himself. Heads for the out of bounds. Trying to get to the first down marker. Just couldn't quite get there. He did get inside the 10. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 9, I believe. And it's going to bring up fourth down, I should say, in about a yard. But with 3 seconds left to go, you pretty much have to send on the field goal unit here, do you not?
I think that's what they're doing. Mahan is out, and he's taking his steps.
It's going to be a 24-yard attempt by Landon Mahan. Cooper Duval, their holder. Ball will be on the right side hash. Pretty sure this will be the last play of the half. The snap is good. The kick is on the way. Did it get inside the upright? It did. It is good from 24 yards out. So the field goal as time expires in the first half for the Apaches, and we'll go to the halftime break. Pottsville leading this game by a score of 10-7 at the Miller Roofing Company halftime report coming up. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout with more Apache football.
Roofing Company has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
Making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
Needham Stadium. The game has the Pottsville Apaches leading by a score of 10-7 on the first Pottsville Apache field goal of the year, if memory serves, Jim.
Steve, as far as I can tell, it's Pottsville's first field goal in a while.
That's right. Landon Mahan just drilled it through. He might not quite have the leg strength of the Clarksville kicker, but it was accurate and long enough, wasn't it?
Hey, listen, it went through the uprights. It's 3 points.
That's all that matters.
Hey, I'm telling you, we'll take it. 10-7.
This game got off to a crazy start. Pottsville took the opening kick and had a 9-play, 50-yard drive for Pottsville to take the early 7-0 lead. The touchdown was a 4-yard run by Landon Mahan, who then went on and booted through the point after to give Pottsville a 7-0 lead. Clarksville then had their first possession, beginning with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. And the Panthers moved the ball 65 yards in 10 plays. Panther touchdown was on a 1-yard run by Bryson Villarreal. Their point after was booted through. by E. Sheep, and the game was tied at 7 after 2 possessions. And I thought, my goodness, this is going to get crazy. But then the teams exchanged turnovers. I had a couple of punts thrown in there, a couple of overs on downs, and Pottsville made the last drive of the ball game. They took over with 3:21 left to go in the second quarter, moved the ball from their own 37-yard line to the Panther 14. And then Landon Mahan made the field goal out of the hold from Cooper Duval. And your score at the half, it is Pottsville 10, Clarksville 7. We'll come back, and we're going to do a little bit of the bands here tonight from John Needham Stadium. River Valley Radio, I believe, will have some more information for you coming back from Sports Control there. Again, the game is Pottsville's leading 10-7, and we'll come back with second half action in just a matter of moments. For Jim Huffman, I'm Stephen Glenn. So long for just a little while.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Joining us from Pottsville, Arkansas, please welcome the Pottsville High School Marching Band. Pottsville's musical selections include the following: Breathe and Time by Pink Floyd, along with exit music for a film, and Creep by Radiohead, arranged with original content from Luke McMillan. Bands of America is proud to present in performance Drum Major Landon Lenderman and the Pottsville Marching Apaches.
They said we were outsiders because we grew up on the east side of town instead of the west side. Like that really matters. And because of this, we grew up on the outside of society. We weren't looking for a fight. We were looking to belong.
Welcome back to John Needham Stadium in Pottsville. A regional football game, 5A and 4A clashing here at John Needham Stadium. And basically two teams playing what you would call smash mouth football. And Pottsville leads this game 10-7 at the halftime break. Clarksville will have the ball to begin the second half of play. Both teams scored on their opening possession. In fact, we had a grand total of 2.5 offensive series in the first quarter of play, and the two full ones were drops by each team. Pottsville got on the scoreboard first with a 4-yard touchdown run by Landon Mahan. Landon then kicked the extra point. That run topped off a 9-play, 50-yard drive. Clarksville attempted an onside kick, the opening kick off of the ball game, but a good job by the Apaches special teams, and Pottsville had the ball with good field position. Panthers got the ball with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. They got the ball at their own 38-yard line, but that didn't slow down their offense. They moved the ball 62 yards in 10 plays. The Panther touchdown was on a 1-yard run for Bryce Buckner. The point after was good. The kicker for the Panthers, she made the point after, and the game was tied at 7 with 1:33 to go in the first quarter. So that was kind of how the first quarter went. Next possession, Pottsville fumbled the ball. Clarksville recovered the fumble at their own 46-yard line, but couldn't really do anything with it. They picked up one first down and then went 3 and out. Well, they didn't go 3 and out. They went for it on 4th down. Came up short, turned it over on down. Pottsville got the ball back at their own 28-yard line. The Apaches went 3 and out, unable to go anywhere. Pottsville kicked the ball away. Clarksville kind of assumed that Pottsville was going to go for that, and the Apaches went ahead and kicked it and pinned Clarksville back at their own 32-yard line. The Panthers did get one first down out of it, but then went for a second 4th down attempt. And again, the Apache defense was able to hold on that 4th down. And Pottsville got the ball back at their own 37-yard line, moved it from their own 37 to the Clarksville 14, where the drive stalled, and then Landon Mahan able to come in and hit the 24-yard field goal to make the score at the break. Pottsville 10, Clarksville 7. We'll come back and we'll get the second half underway after this 1-minute timeout. We hope that you are enjoying Pottsville Apache football.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Welcome back to John Needham Stadium. This game has the Pottsville Apaches leading by a score of 10-7. Hope you had a chance to enjoy our halftime coverage of the halftime festivities here at John Needham Stadium. Hope you had time to go get a burger or 3 or 4, which we are enjoying. Clarksville now back out on the field. They've actually been back out for quite a while, but they kind of had a team meeting in the end zone. A players-only meeting, if you will. I'd be willing to bet a player by the name of Buckner was heavily involved in getting that going. Now they are back out on the field ready to go. Trying to look and see if the only real negative part of the first half for Pottsville was Alex Moats coming off the field hurt. Trying to look and see if I see 55 on the sideline. I don't currently see him out there, so I'm assuming he is probably getting treatment for what we thought was an ankle injury. We are ready to get this ball game underway. Back deep for the Panthers to open the second half kickoff. The kick by Landon Mahan is going to go out of bounds at about the 32 or 33-yard line. Okay, yeah. Justin just pointed out Alex Moats to me down there. I'm glad your eyesight's better than mine. So the illegal procedure penalty on the kickoff will give the Panthers the football. They will have it 1st and 10. It will be at their, mark it at the 39. So we'll have the ball first. At their own 39-yard line. First down and 10. As Clarksville quarterback Bryce Buckner leads the offense to the line of scrimmage. How was that burger, Brother Jim?
Oh, Steve, the burger was great, and the good folks at Tyson Foods are cooking those burgers tonight. So shout out to one of our sponsors, Lance Martin and Lance Greathouse. Thanks for cooking.
Out of the single wing formation, Buckner takes the snap. They're going to give it on the jet sweep. Coming from the right side is Elijah Hardaway, his first carry of the night. He turns it upfield. No, excuse me, that was Edgman, the ball carrier, number 28. He crosses the 40, the 41, outside the hash to the 43-yard line. Not a big pickup on the play.
Yeah, I picked up about 3. It was Edgman on the edge.
Edgman on the edge, where the Apache defense did a good job of setting the edge. Second down for the Panthers. They're at their own 43, moving right to left. Snap it to Buckner. He's going to keep it himself with room. Hits open field at the 40. This is going to go to the house. So 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Clarksville. There are no flags on the play. Ball carrier was Alvarez taking it to the house for the touchdown run.
Steve, he found a soft seam that time, and man, just and down the hash mark, he went for the score.
57-yard touchdown run by Alvarez, which I'm pretty sure will put him up over 100 yards on the night. That's something we haven't seen a whole lot of this evening, is a big play for either team. Clarksville on to attempt the point after Ishii's kick is up, and I don't think he made it. No, that kick is no good. That's highly unusual, but the Panthers have taken the lead with 11:19 to go in the third quarter. Clarksville 13, Pottsville 10. Back in 30 seconds with more Apache football. Well, not exactly a long drive. 2 plays, 61 yards, 43 of them coming on the carry by Alvarez for the touchdown. 57 of them coming on them by Alvarez, 57-yard touchdown run. The point after attempt was no good. That could be big. Clarksville again lines up in a bunch formation for the kickoff, but they're going to boot it deep. They kick it away from Hall, and it will either go into the end zone or out of bounds. It goes into the end zone. Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20. But we saw this enough last week, didn't we?
Well, Steve, we did. Yeah, that extra point attempt actually went off the left upright, and it just didn't go through the upright. And so the score is 13-10. Clarksville.
So the field goal and the missed extra point could make a big difference for this is all said and done. So 1st and 10 for the Apaches. Pottsville's first possession of the second half will begin back at their own 20-yard line. Again, 80 yards is hard to go football offense at any level, high school, college, the pros. Cooper Duval calls the offense set. Pottsville's right side wing moved too quickly. Penalty flags fly, and Pottsville's going to back up 5 yards.
Yep.
Even I saw that one. These old eyes, that's kind of obvious then, if even I can see it. But I guess if you're going to have one, that's probably the time to do it. You got time to make up for it. So the first play from scrimmage will come from the 15-yard line after the offside. 13-10, Clarksville leads the ball game with 11 minutes to go in the third. Kind of a spooky, almost full moon over John Needham Stadium tonight. Pottsville back at their own 15, out of the tee. Cooper Duval, option, tosses it to Hall, makes a move inside, cuts it outside, gets across the 20 to the 22, the 23-yard line. The ball is fumbled. I think it's fumbled out of bounds, though, and I'm pretty sure Pottsville will keep it.
Yep.
De La Rosa makes the stop. And on the option, Pottsville will move the ball out to the original line of scrimmage, which is their own 20. Pickup of 5. That fumble occurred near the sideline, but you can really see the Clarksville players tackling a football, can't you?
Steve, I mean, that's what they did. They actually had Hall stood up, and it's like they were just holding him up to hit him to knock the ball loose.
So the Apaches have a 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Ball is on the right side hash, making the right side the short side. Single wide out wide to the left. Misdirection give in the backfield to Villarreal. He turned it upfield between the center and the guard up the left side and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Pottsville showing a lot of misdirection there, but the Panthers stayed at home. Panther tackle made by Shane Edgman. No gain on the play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, Steve.
Yep, you don't want to give the ball right back here if you're Pottsville. But again, and we saw it in the Arkansas-Texas game, having a kicker that can kick the ball into the end zone at the high school level and through the end zone in the college level, that's a big weapon now.
Well, Steve, it is, and especially if you can have one that kick it through the uprights.
There you go. All right, big 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 for the Apaches. Back at their own 20, they have to cross the 30. Cooper Duval on the option, toss to the near side to Hall, gets across the 22 to the 23, and no more than that as he is driven out of bounds by Bryce Buckner. And number 32 is Noah Vergara, and no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 10.
Yeah, we'll punt it away here.
Clarksville will send out the kicker.
Back deep for Clarksville is number 2.
It's KJ Spencer. Back deep. Linares. Lonnie Linares will kick it away. Bad snap. And he does pick up the loose ball, does get the kick away. That's miraculous in itself. And then it takes an Apache bounce at midfield, rolls down to the 45 to the 44-yard line with a tremendous job to even get that kick off.
Wow. You're talking about fortunate, but you got to give credit to the KJ that time, just finding the handle on it once it was kind of muffed and just getting a foot on it to get it down and flip the field just a little bit.
Well, and it's far better than getting tackled back there because once that ball hits the ground and rolling around, it's a free football, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of what I thought. Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their 44-yard line. Big touchdown run last time by Alvarez gave the Panthers the 13-10 lead they have now. 1st down play for the road 44, misdirection. They're going to go on the sweep to the right side. That's Jacob Buckner outside the hash, but numbers between the hash and the numbers at midfield of the Pottsville territory at the 45. Buckner fights his way out of bounds down to the 40, maybe the 39-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Steve, they got the momentum right now on their side, you know, especially coming out here in the 3rd quarter and getting a score and now getting a short field. These Panthers, man, they're fired up.
Well, and the other thing is Clarksville's roster is deeper than Pottsville, and I think maybe that's starting to show a little bit now.
Yep.
1st down and 10 for Clarksville at the Pottsville 42. Direct snap, and the ball carrier is Alvarez. Tries the left side of the line. There is a fumble on the play at the 35, but I don't see any Apaches coming out with it. Tackle was made at the 35. Panthers come up with the fumble, and that's going to make for a gain of 7.
Yep.
Ball's at the Apache 35.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 here, Steve.
Clarksville leads 13-10 with 7:48 to go in the 3rd. 2nd down and 3. Wing is the right side of the formation. Buckner takes the direct snap, makes a man miss as he crosses the 33 to the 32, powers his way down to the 30, and that's going to be another Panther 1st down after the pickup of 5.
Buckner wearing that number 7, and the way he runs reminds me of John Elway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if John Elway ever ran anybody over, but I see what you mean.
Well, but I think of the helicopter play.
Well, he was spinning.
You know, yeah.
Oh, 1st down for the Panthers at the Pottsville 30 as Clarksville works right to left. The wing is the right side of their formation. No wideouts. Direct snap to Buckner. He'll give it back to Alvarez. Gets to the right hash. Turns it upfield at the 30. Fights his way up the hash to the 25. Still rolling inside the 20 to the 19. Forward progress, I think, will mark him down at the 19-yard line. But that's going to be a pickup of 11 by Alvarez. And Clarksville picking up yards in chunks now.
Steve, that player-led meeting there in the end zone right before the start of the third quarter, I don't know what they said, but, man, something fired those kids up.
Yeah, Clarksville's playing some inspired football, especially their offensive line right now. First down and 10. Panther football at the Apache 19. Direct snap to Alvarez. He starts the play to the right at the hash. Gets hit as he crosses the 18 to the 17-yard line. Driven down at the 17 by the Apaches. So that is the shortest pickup of the second half on a play by Clarksville. Pickup is about a yard to the 18. Second and 9 for the Panthers. They lead this game 13-10. This is almost a wing tee formation. Buckner spins one way, gives it the other on the counter. Pottsville does a nice job stringing it down the line of scrimmage at the 18 to the 17. Jacob Buckner had nowhere to go as he's driven out of bounds at about the 16 after a pickup of about 2.
Yeah, good defensive stop that time by the Apaches. I think it might have been number 56 there for the Apaches. I believe that's Blake Chenoweth.
Yeah, Blake Chenoweth making the stop. Ball is at the 17, so actually a pickup of only a yard. It's going to be third down and 8. Third down and 8 for Clarksville. I would assume this is 4-down territory, but you don't know. A field goal here actually would be big. Now Clarksville puts 2 wideouts, in fact a trips formation to the left side. Only one back of the backfield. This is almost a pistol formation behind Buckner on the 3rd and long. Buckner with a quick look in route. Has a man at the 8 inside the 5 to the 2. Diving into the end zone, and it is going to be a Panther receiver coming up just short. Alvarez caught the ball, got it all the way down to the 1. But that's a pickup of 16 on the pass completion. And it's 1st and goal to go.
Yeah, a little twist in that offense, something that we have not had a chance to see tonight.
Well, Alvarez lined up on the right side, and the left side corner of Pottsville gave him about a 6-yard cushion, and that's plenty of room for Buckner to fit the ball in and the first down completion. Now 1st and goal to go for the Panthers from the Apache 1. Buckner takes the snap, follows Alvarez over to the right side, and he's into the end zone for a Panther touchdown.
Well, just like that, Steve, they come out with the momentum.
Yeah, they do. They've had the ball twice and scored 2 touchdowns.
I kind of thought maybe they would go ahead and go for 2 here since they missed that last one, but I don't think they are. I believe they're going to line up and kick it.
We'll see.
Make it a 10-point ball game.
Yep. They are going to attempt to do just that. Ishii is the kicker. And here comes the snap. And it goes through the holder's hands. It's loose. Ishii goes back and smartly just falls on the football to prevent any more damage. So with 5:03 left in the third quarter, Clarksville now leads the Apaches 19-10. We'll come back in a minute with more Pottsville Apache football.
Over 30 years, Miller Roofing Company has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
Making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
$19 to 10, the Clarksville Panthers now leading the Apaches. Again, Clarksville lines up in that bunch kick coverage formation. Pottsville up short, expecting a short kick. Now this is going to be high. It's going to be short. It's going to take a bounce, fielded by Hall at the 15. Return right to the 20. Up the field outside of the hash to the 23 to the 25-yard line. Adrian Hall on the return. Tackle made by Gabe Kremers for the Apaches, for the Panthers, I should say.
Yeah, good tough return that time by number 3, Adrian Hall for the Apaches, Steve. I'm going to tell you, he's kind of winded, but boy, one tough young man right there.
Well, I guess by now the viewers and listeners have figured out that Pottsville is playing tonight a couple of running backs short. Oh, it's a tough situation. Clarksville already has a deeper roster anyway, being a 5A school, and then, you know, the COVID situation causing Pottsville to be down a few players as well. But the Apaches still fighting, 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the right hash, Cooper Duval keeps it on the option, tosses it to the left side. Villarreal crosses the 30 to the 34-yard line. There is a fumble on the play, and the Panthers will recover the loose ball. And Clarksville will take over once again, deep in Pottsville territory.
See, we said it earlier tonight, but this Clarksville defensive unit, they are doing a great job tackling the football player and stripping the football. And a lot of that is just hard hitting, just technique and just plain old smash mouth football. And that's what the Panthers are doing.
Well, they'll take over 1st and 10 after the fumble recovery. I'm sorry, I did not see which Panther player came out with a loose ball, but it was Clarksville clearly with the ball. And they'll take over deep in Apache territory at the Pottsville 31. Ball is on the right hash, short side right, trips left. Direct snap goes to Alvarez. He takes it over the left side, gets inside the 30 to the 36, inside the 30 to the 26 to the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Tackle by the Apaches, Eli Nason. But again, another big pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, Alvarez was looking at the official like, "Hey, I think you gave me a bad spot, but I think you got a good spot."
No, I think the official got it pretty much about right.
Yep.
Clarksville leads this game 19-10. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers looking for more after the turnover. A counter give from right to left, and good play by the Apache defense to stack that up at the 25-yard line. Tackle looks like was by KJ Spencer, who tackled Jacob Buckner, number 15.
Yeah.
Oh, basically no gain on the play.
No gain, 2nd down.
So it's 2nd down from the plus 24-yard line. I'm sorry, it should be 3rd down. Yeah, it is 3rd down. 3rd down and a long 3, short 4 for the Panthers. Open field left, open field right. Ball is on the left hash. Almost a double-barrel shotgun. It's going to be Buckner spinning, keeping it, brings it up the field, gets inside the 20 to the 16 to the 15-yard line. He started it inside, kicked it outside after some good blocking by the left side of the Panther line, and that's going to be a 1st and 10. KJ Spencer again picks up the tackle, but that's down at the 18-yard line after a pickup of 6.
Do you call that a quarterback counter? I mean, because that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, in fact, they went counter motion both ways, and one of the men coming on the counter from the right to left ended up being the lead blocker for Buckner. 1st and 10, Clarksville. They are at the Apache 18. Short side left, snap to Buckner, fakes the give, rolls to the right. Pass is going to be complete at the 10, up the right sideline to the 5, to the 4-yard line. That's going to be another 1st down. Luke Siebenmorgan making the catch for 1st down yardage. The Apache defender gambled on knocking the ball away, just didn't quite get there soon enough.
Yeah, he had his hand out, was trying to knock the ball down, and the ball went past him, Steve, completion, and they got the ball on the 4-yard line, knocking it for another touchdown.
Yeah, 1st and goal to go on the 15-yard completion. 1st and goal from the 4, direct snap, Bucker, right side. He's into the end zone untouched for a Panther touchdown. Looks like momentum has definitely taken up residence on the Cat side of the field, doesn't it?
Steve, it has.
So the touchdown by Bryce Buckner from 4 yards out with 2:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers will attempt a point after. Sheehan to do the kicking. And again, the snap is fumbled. She picks it up, rolls it to the right, and he will get tackled. And then the point after conversion will fail. Tackle made by Landon Mahan of the Apaches. 2:48 left to go in the 3rd. Clarksville 25, Pottsville 10. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Pottsville Apache football. Welcome back. Another impressive drive by the Panthers, Brother Jim.
Steve, it was. And like I said, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, whatever halftime pep talk they gave each other, it's working, and momentum is on the side of the Panthers.
And the kick comes to Adrian Hall at the 10, or at return to the 15, to the 20, driven down at the 20. Penalty flag comes flying in. Tackle is made by a Panther that we don't have a number on. How can a 5A school not have their full roster on the – never mind.
I don't know.
Never mind.
I'll just say number 10.
That's right. Penalty is against the Apaches.
Block in the back against the Apaches.
Block in the back by Pottsville. With 2:44 to go in the third. So the penalty will put the ball back at the 15, I think, or now 10-yard mark. I'll put it back closer to the 10, won't it?
Yep.
In fact, it will put it back at the 10.
First and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
Pottsville needs a big drive here. You would think the way that this game has been going that this would be out of reach, but it's really only a 2-score difference.
Yep. 15 points, Steve, and you find the end zone and go for 2 and get another score. You're right back in this thing, but we need it'd be nice to have a score before this third quarter ends with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third quarter.
Good point. Cooper Duval brings the offense to the line of scrimmage, which is the 10. 5 seconds on the play clock. Pottsville tries a counter give. Hall steps out of one potential tackle, brings it up at the 10, gets to the 14 to the 15-yard line. Adrian Hall with a nice job of getting the ball out to the 15-yard line, and that was almost a loss on the play, and Hall turned it into something good.
Well, Steve, we haven't seen very many missed tackles tonight, and but that was actually one on the Panthers, so it was good.
Going to mark the ball at the 15-yard line. Bring up second down 5.
So the ball is at the 15-yard line, second down and 5 for Pottsville. The crowd trying to rally the Apache offense as they come to the line of scrimmage, which is the Apache 15. Duval gives it to the fullback. Mahan gets across the 17 to the 19-yard line, and Mahan may even get to the 20, depending on where they spot it. I think he's going to be short of first down yardage, but it will be close.
Moves the ball up to the 19.
Yeah, he's just short of the
20
20-yard line.
Yeah, about a yard, Steve, it looks like.
Third down and a yard. Jackson Furr bringing the play in. 1:38 left to go in the third quarter. Panthers lead it 25-10. Clarksville has really wrestled control of this game away from the Apaches in the third quarter, but time still remains. Third down and a yard from the 19. Cooper Duval brings the offense set, brings a motion man left to right. Cooper Duval on the option, pitches it across the 25, a block there to the 28 to the 29-yard line. That's going to be first down offensive run by Eli Adkins. That is a first down brought to you by Heirloom Legal.
Yeah, and that was, once again, Alvarez, number 13, coming in with probably a touchdown-saving tackle that time.
Yeah, because there would have been a foot race to the end zone, no doubt about that, as the ball is spotted at the 29-yard line. Pottsville with a little bit of breathing room now away from their goal line. First and 10 from their own 29. They're going to give it to Mahan off the left side. Tries to get away from a potential tackler at the 30, but can't break free. And a good job by the Panther defense of making that stop for a short gain. That was a play that was picking up yards in chunks. This time it's a pickup of 2.
Brought down by number 17.
Tackle made by Ishii, the nose tackle.
Ishii.
Brings up second down.
Second down and 8 for Pottsville, working left to right at the Pottsville 31. Short side right, wide side left. Duval keeps it on the option, now makes the pitch. The pitch man is Villarreal, but that pitch was low, it's loose. And I think Clarksville's going to come up with this football again, or is it just no gain on the play? No gain. But that pitch was low, and it was behind the runner. So it's still at the 31-yard line, and that will do it for the third quarter. After 3, it is Clarksville 25, Pottsville 10. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more Apache football.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise, to always keep it real.
Pottsville football to begin the fourth quarter, 3rd down and 8.
Beginning the fourth quarter of play, Clarksville leading the Apaches 35-10. Hi, Darla. How you doing? One of my co-workers at the Pottsville Elementary School, which is my real job. I guess that means I work for you, doesn't it?
Work for me?
Yeah.
No, I work for you.
Oh, okay.
No, I am blessed to serve on the Pottsville School Board. Yeah.
And we have completely confused Justin. Normally we completely confuse me. In fact, sometimes I confuse myself. And speaking of confusion, there's some kind of penalty here. How do you have a delay of game between quarters? I thought the play clock started on the snap. I don't know, because the play clock's winding now.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Pottsville had that wrong, and I can't complain about it because so did I. So Pottsville, after the 5-yard mark off, Cooper Duval is back to pass. Has a man complete at the 20-yard line at the right hash.
Duval's pass complete to number 7, Bryson Villarreal.
Bryson Villarreal makes the catch.
A loss on the play.
Unfortunately, there is a loss on the play.
21.
Loss will move the ball back to the 21-yard line. It'd be 4th down and 18 after the penalty mark-off. And once again, it looks like Clarksville is going to get the football with pretty good field position. KJ Spencer back in punt formation, low kick, line drive, end over end. Bounces at the 50, takes a definitive Apache bounce all the way down to the 29-yard line. So KJ Spencer there made a nice kick.
Yeah, sure did.
Unfortunately, Clarksville will take over possession with 11:13 left to go in the fourth. Panthers will take over 1st and 10. This will be their worst starting field position of the half, as they'll put the ball down at the 28, I believe. How about the 29?
Yep, I think it's 29. Steve, we were talking about, who do we work for? Well, tonight on Drive Time Sports, I heard Brad Caldwell actually talking to Randy Rainwater about the Russellville Sports Network and the Arkansas Sports Network.
Right.
He had called in and had a segment tonight with Randy Rainwater.
Awesome. Did he talk about us?
Yes, he did. He talked about us, about the Russellville Network streaming.
I was going to say, there goes all the viewers.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, Clarksville takes a timeout to avoid a delay of game on the change of possession. So I'm completely lost. Clarksville will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 29. When we return, Clarksville leads this game 25-10. Back in 30 seconds with more Apache football.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were their own. They'll be someone that you can trust with the ones that you love the most. That's Rose Drug in Russellville. Call 968-1323 today.
We are ready to get going here after the Panther timeout. 11:13 to play in the game. Clarksville with a 25-10 lead. Pottsville could use a stop here. Buckner with a toss sweep to the left side, turning up the field at the 29, maybe ahead to the 30. I believe that was number 28, Shane Edgman, the ball carrier.
Yep.
And he got back to the line of scrimmage, may have got a yard forward. They'll give him forward progress out to the 30. 2nd down and 9. Clarksville, of course, not in any hurry at all now.
No, Steve, they're just wanting to run this clock down and go home with their first victory of the year.
That's right.
Possibly.
Now, they played well enough to have won that home game against Ozark. That literally went down to the last play of the game in overtime. So Clarksville has it, 2nd down and a long 9. Buckner in the backfield. He's by himself in the backfield. Back to pass, looking left. Bubble screen complete at the 30 and across the 35, the 40 up the left sideline, 45 to midfield into Apache territory to the 39. Finally tackled at the 38-yard line. Good pickup by the Panthers. I believe that might have been Alvarez out there.
Yeah, I think it was that time.
And that goes to the plus 47-yard line. So a 1st and 10 by Clarksville on the pass play. Well, they haven't gone to the air often, but in the second half, it has been good for the Panthers when they did. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Clarksville 1st and 10 at the Apache 47. And misdirection right, student body left, up the left sideline inside the 40 to the 35 to the 34-yard line. Jacob Buckner, the ball carrier that time, has another 1st down for the Panthers into Apache territory at the 34.
Yeah, them Buckner boys, Steve, I'm telling you, man, they're bringing their A game tonight against our Pottsville Apaches.
I think this is the kind of offense that Coach Buckner thought he could have all along, and it looks like finally, unfortunately, it's finding the rails against the Apaches.
Yep.
The Panther offense has looked really good in the second half. 1st and 10, Clarksville at the Pottsville 34. Ball on the left hash. Now the offense comes set. Buckner has one man in the backfield with him. He's back to pass, looking right. Has a completion to Jacob Buckner up the right side. Makes a move at the 30, gets outside of the 25 to the 20 to the 19, the 18-yard line before Brian Sanchez could come across the field and make the stop. But that will again be a Panther 1st down.
Yeah, the Panthers are on a prowl. They're looking for that end zone again, Steve.
Yep. At the 18-yard line, tackle was made. That's 3 straight pass plays and 3 straight pass plays for 1st down for the Panthers. 9:17 to go in the ballgame. 25-10, Clarksville with the lead, and they're looking for more. They have trips going to the left side of the field, including Alvarez. It'd be surprising if they go with the bubble screen to him on that left side. Buckner, the quarterback, empty backfield, takes the snap. The bubble screen, but to a different player, falls incomplete at the 19-yard line. That was intended for Jacob Buckner.
Yep. Little short hop there, Steve.
Yep. So 2nd down and 10. That's the first pass incompletion of the second half by Buckner.
Steve, I do want to kind of give a shout out to one of the former coaches that now is on the other side of the field, Coach Stain, who coached here at Pottsville for a number of years, now is on the Clarksville staff.
Pottsville trailing this game 25-10. Defense of the Apaches need a stop here. You've got the full wing T or the wing formation. Alvarez takes the direct snap. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. He's brought down. Good pursuit by Pottsville. Tackle made by Brian Sanchez, reading the play, shooting the gap, and making the stop. Alvarez was complaining that he got horse tackled, but horse collared, I should say, but he didn't. No gain on the play. We had a pretty good view of that, and that looked to me like it was just all Sanchez grabbing him around the waist and wrestling him down. 3rd and 10, Panthers at the Pottsville 18. Single back in the backfield behind Buckner. Steps forward, throws it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. He had a man there, and then the Apache defender closing in a big hurry out of the secondary. And the intended receiver heard steps. I believe that was Cooper Duval coming and closing on that play quickly. And actually, Duval did a nice job stepping away at the last second to avoid what would have been a late hit. 4th down. Looks like Clarksville's going to go for this. 3 points could be big. No, I'm wrong. They're going to, well, no, they are going to go for it.
Yep.
All right. I'm mildly surprised, but we'll see. Bryce Buckner with the football in the quarterback spot behind the offensive line. Takes the snap, rolls right, and he's going to run right into an Apache defender. Good job by the defensive line of Pottsville to, again, hold on downs. Tackle made by K.J. Spencer. That loss is all the way back to the 22-yard line.
Wow.
Well, the Apache defense keeping Pottsville alive in this game. You've got to have 2 scores.
1st and 10 at their own.
But before you can get 2 scores, you have to get 1. So Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line with 8:09 left to go in the game. Panthers lead it 25-10. The Apaches need a couple of scores here and need a 2-point conversion. Buckner very late getting off the field for Clarksville. Cooper Duval up under center, out of the wing tee, takes the snap, fakes the toss sweep. He's back to pass and throws it over the middle and overthrows the intended receiver. He was trying to get Aiden Grant on the skinny post, and it was overthrown incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just didn't fall into place that time, Steve.
Now, timing looked a little bit off. That was Grant ran a nice pattern. He got into the seam of the two deep coverage, but the timing just seemed off. In fact, that's probably about where the ball's supposed to be thrown. It got there before the receiver could. 25-10, Clarksville with the lead. Pottsville with the ball. Back on their own side of the field. And Duval's going to keep it himself on the option read. Has running room crossing the 25. Cuts it left at the numbers to the 30. Outside to the 31, the 32-yard line. He's going to be very close to first down yardage, but I think maybe a yard short. Yeah, about a yard short. So the line of scrimmage is going to be the 31. 3rd down and a yard with 7:43 to play. And we have a timeout called by the officials. May want to measure this, or there's a Clarksville player who is on the field but having trouble putting any weight on his left leg.
Yeah.
Let's see, is that Alvarez?
That's number 17.
No, that's actually Ishii, the nose tackle and kicker.
Yeah.
And he's he's getting off the field by himself, but he's having to crow hop off the field. Well, crow hop is 2 feet. He's having to hop on the right foot to get to the sideline. Doesn't look like he can put any weight at all on the left leg. So we will pray and hope for the best for Ishii. He's a fine football player.
Yes, sir, he is.
Pottsville will have it 3rd down and a yard. Line of scrimmage is the 31. Ball actually has to get just slightly past the 32. It's on the left hash. Clarksville shows blitz, quick handoff to Mahan, starts up the middle, moves left, gets across the 32, almost to the 33-yard line. I believe that will be far enough, and it is a Pottsville Apache first down, brought to you by Heirloom Legal.
I think we have a equipment timeout.
Yep. And just a little bit of equipment problem for Coleman Accord. Danny Addis making the stop at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Apaches. Pottsville comes to the line of scrimmage, trailing 25-10, 7:14 to go in the ball game. Clock becoming the ally of the Panther. Ball is on the left hash, wide side right. The motion man from right to left. Fake the toss to Hall. Duval back to pass, looking over the middle and throws it away at the 25-yard line. They were going to try to hit a screen there, and the Panther defense stayed at home. I'll tell you who made a good play on that, even though he's going to get a lot of credit for it. Well, it's one of the players I don't have a name for. Number 31 made a nice play for the Panthers, staying at home in the middle. That's where Duval wanted to throw the football, and he stayed at home. 2nd down and 10 from the 32-yard line. The Apaches own 32 as Pottsville going right to left. Incompletion stops the clock with 7:01 to play. Panthers by 15 in the 4th quarter, about midway through the 4th. Duval takes the snap, tosses it to the sweep man. That's Hall. Comes to a stop, tries to change direction, and that allows almost the entire Panther defense to tackle Hall after a loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, they pursue quickly, Steve.
Yep. Linebacking core for Clarksville covers a lot of ground very quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this game,
Coleman Accord did a nice job kind of clogging up the middle, so Hall had no cutback available.
As you exit the stadium.
Daniel Addis, the middle linebacker, making the tackle on that play. 3rd down and 11 from the 31-yard line. Give it to Mahan. He gets across the 35 to the 36 to the 37-yard line. Nice pickup by Mahan, but that's going to be well short of first down yardage as Mahan is tackled at the 37. Pickup of 6 on the play, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And I really kind of look like Pottsville doesn't have a choice but to go for it here on 4th and 5. Pottsville trails the game 25-10. We're under 6 minutes to go. As the Apache offense comes to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 27. Wing T formation on the 4th down. Duval under center, takes the snap, keeps it himself, gets one block, gets up to the 40, across the 40 to the 41. They're going to mark his knee down at the 40. That's going to come up short as the tackle is made by Clarksville. So the Panthers will take over on downs. And I believe will be very close to putting this one in the win column for Clarksville.
Yep, Steve, with 5:31 left, and I'm sure they're just going to try to run this clock out and go home with their first victory.
They'll take over at the 40-yard line of the Apaches with 5:31 left to go in the ball game. Well, Pottsville's offense got off to a tremendous start on their first drive. Unfortunately, that's been their only touchdown of the night. We sure didn't see that coming, did we?
Nope.
Quarterback Bryce Buckner in the wing formation in the shotgun. They bring a motion man right to left, snap it to Buckner. He's going to keep it himself. Brings it across the 35, back to the middle of the field to the 34. Grinds ahead to the 33-yard line before Buckner is tackled at the 33 after a pickup of 8 on the play.
Yeah, they're just going to try to get this thing, and Steve, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't score again because they're able to move the ball so well.
Yeah, and I think the size and strength and numbers that Clarksville has had on the offense and defensive line has been the big difference in this ball game. That plus the fact Pottsville missing several players. 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers, and moving to his left after the direct snap to Alvarez. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and then Brian Sanchez drives him back. Big tackle by Sanchez. Caused a loss back to the 36, lost 3 on that play.
Yeah, I like to see the little guy tackle the big guy.
Yep. Well, I had it back a little too far. Loss of 2 on the play. 3rd down and about 3. Line of scrimmage is the 32. 4:25 to go in the game. Panthers lead at 25-10. Buckner out of the shotgun, and he's going to spin, keep it himself, follows the guard and center up the left side hash, gets inside the 30 to the 28, fighting down to the 25 to the 24-yard line, as Bryce Buckner is going to pick up about 9 on the carry, and it will be a 1st and 10 for Clarksville, deep in Pottsville territory.
Spotted at the 26.
Ball is going to be at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for Clarksville. They seem to be content to run the clock here. They'll be under 4 minutes to go in the game when they snap this football. Panthers lead at 25-10. And Alvarez is actually going to give it to Alvarez to Edgman. Edgman going to the left side, gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Making the stop for the Apaches at the 26-yard line. In fact, he lost half yard on that play.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, assuming this 25-10 score holds up, I would say the G-Race trucking player of the game would have to be Landon Mahan.
Yep.
Landon's played a good job, done well on both sides of the field for the Apaches. Clarksville takes the snap. Buckner back to pass, has a man in the end zone. It's going to be complete and into the end zone. The touchdown goes to Noah Vergara. And the Panthers are into the end zone with the pass completion. 26-yard pass. 26-yard pass from Buckner to Vergara. And Clarksville takes a 31-10 lead now with 3:15 left to go in the ball game. It has been Ishii doing the kicking, but now we've been replaced, I think, since he had a bit of an injury. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. Your new score, Clarksville 32, Pottsville 10 with 3:15 left to go in the ball game. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout with more Apache football.
For 30 years, Miller Roofing Company has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
Making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
toss sweep coming from right to left. Clarksville strings that out along the line of scrimmage and then tackled at the 5-yard line. Almost no gain on the play. Ball carrier was Eli Atkins. It was
number 31.
Yep, another one of the names we don't have.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 12. Loss of almost, 2 on the play. Back to the 5-yard line. 2:44 left to go in the contest. The ball is inside the 5, down to the 4. Clock continues to run with 2:35 to play. 32-10, Clarksville with the lead. Duval under center, and a penalty flag flies. The timing on that looked off, and I think Pottsville's going to move backwards half the distance to the goal on a procedure penalty. Clarksville's depth, Clarksville's athleticism, and Pottsville fumbles. That's kind of been the story of this game.
Yep.
At least from a Pottsville perspective. The officials say wind the clock as the penalty marks the ball back to the 3-yard line, more or less, 2.5. Half of 5 is 2.5, right? My Arkansas Tech engineering professors would be proud of me for figuring that out. Cooper Duval back to pass. Ball knocked away and intercepted by the Panthers. And the return back to the 5 and driven out of bounds.
By number 33, Juan De La Rosa.
De La Rosa with the interception and the return back to the 33-yard line. Number 33 made the interception. The return was back to the 5-yard line. So Clarksville will have the ball with a short field and about 2 minutes to play. From the 5-yard line.
Steve, that was the old tip drill right there. The ball went up and it was tipped, and the big defensive back linebacker for the Panthers found the football, and he thought he was going to find the end zone, and it was Cooper Duval that knocked him out of bounds and saved the touchdown, the pick 6.
Quarterback with a touchdown-saving tackle there. Clarksville on the sideline. They're going to let the play clock expire here. And the penalty is a delay of game on the Panthers.
Delay of game.
Now they'll send the offense out on the field. The delay of game will move the ball back to the 10.
Be first and goal.
Nothing else. I'm not sure Coach Buckner wasn't trying to let his guys going both ways get a little bit of a breather there. So Clarksville will come to the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the ball game. Looks like we have a lot of clean white shirts on the field. And the direct snap will go to the new quarterback in the game, who is Luke Siebenmorgan, and he will take a knee back at the 15-yard line. So a loss of 5 on the play. Coach Buckner just getting the clock started and letting it run, and that's good sportsmanship by the Panthers.
Yep.
And Clarksville leads this game 32-10. Well, tough to get ready to play a football game, and 3 of your coaches are in COVID protocol most of the week. Several of your starting players also under COVID protocol on game night, and it's just been too much Panther too much of the time tonight as Clarksville is going to claim the victory with 1:19 to go. Siebenmorgan takes their direct snap back at the 20 and will take a knee. As will be under a minute to go. So Lamar will come. Unfortunately, I don't have a scouting report on Lamar. Padre?
I'm just saying, hey, the Lamar Warriors, how about that?
Yeah, that's right.
Black and orange is going to come to town.
Yep, and we know that they will be well prepared to play.
Yep.
We're under 50 seconds to go. Clarksville can let 10 more seconds run off of this, so this will probably be the last snap of the ball game. As Siebenmorgan is at quarterback. He is a moving player, by the way. Takes the snap, takes the knee at the 25, and that's going to do it for tonight's ball game. Your final score from John Needham Stadium, the Pottsville Apaches will be defeated by the Clarksville Panthers. An impressive win for Clarksville, 32-10. We'll come back and wrap this up after this 2-minute timeout on Pottsville Apache football.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're They're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues. We're planning on opening a brand new business. Maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of
quality chicken to other hardworking people.
Question mark in the
Today, Tyson
I forget
continues
you
to
literally
find
read
new
that thing
ways
like
to help
exactly
with a
as
chicken in every pot.
Oh, come on, Bill.
Because people
You know you're
deserve
just as off
farm-raised
the cuff
chicken of the
as Sam
highest
Pittman
quality.
is.
At
At least y'all ain't got
Tyson,
a
we remain
wasp nest
committed
out
to
here to deal
this
with the size of
simple
Brad's
promise:
head.
to always keep it real, to
If
always
people
keep it
only
Tyson.
knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.
Farm Credit supports rural communities and agriculture with reliable, consistent credit and financial services in good times and bad. We provide loans to farmers and ranchers, farmer-owned cooperatives, rural homebuyers, agribusinesses, and rural infrastructure providers. As cooperatives, we're locally owned and governed. We help agricultural producers feed the world. For America's farmers, Farm Credit supporting rural communities and agriculture. Learn more today.
Your family is your most prized possession. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the very best. And when it comes to choosing a pharmacy, you'll want someone who knows your name and understands both you and your way of life. At Rose Drug, they will take care of your family just like you were there.
Welcome back to John Needham Stadium. A win for the Clarksville Panthers over the Pottsville Apaches, 32-10. Pottsville got off to a good start in this ball game. Their opening offensive possession, they took the ball at midfield at the 50, marched it down into the end zone after 9 plays. A 4-yard touchdown run by Landon Mahan, and then Mahan kicked the point after. That gave Pottsville the lead 7-0. Unfortunately, that was the only lead Pottsville would have in the ball game. Clarksville on the ensuing possession took the ball back at their 35-yard line. A 65-yard drive capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by senior quarterback Bryce Buckner. And the point after tied the game at 7. Pottsville, well, I was mistaken about Pottsville did, in fact, actually lead the game at the half after their last possession started at their own 37. The drive stalled deep in Clarksville territory, but Landon Mahan able to come on and hit the 24-yard field goal, made the score 10-7, and unfortunately it was all Panthers in the second half as Clarksville claims the 32-10 win.
Yeah, Steve, you know, the first half, we were kind of concerned because, like you said, the COVID or the COVID protocol that the team has been in, coaches out, players out, and we were kind of concerned at the beginning. But the fact that we went in and had a 10-7 lead at halftime was a positive thing. But, man, third quarter things just kind of the wheels come off, and they just kind of beat us down with numbers.
We'll give the G-Rays Trucking Player of the Game to Landon Mahan. He had a 4-yard carry for a touchdown, kicked the point after, also kicked the Pottsville Apache field goal. So Landon was responsible for all of the points for the Pottsville Apaches tonight. With the win, Clarksville improves to, I believe, 1-2 on the season, and Pottsville, let's see, what will our record be now? We will fall to 2-2 or 1-2, 2-2, right? Is that what you have, 2-2? All right, 2-2. And we will have Lamar in town next Friday night. How about we do this again Friday night, guys?
Hey, it sounds good. It's going to be some Lamar Warriors next week.
All right. Again, bad news for for Pottsville fans as Pottsville falls to the Panthers 32-10. I'm Stephen Glenn. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time. So long, everybody.
Over 30 years, Miller Roofing Company has been building
our reputation of being voted the best roofing company in the River Valley.
Making sure our product and labor warranties are unmatched by anybody in the area.
As a GEF Master Elite contractor, we can offer you superior warranties backed by the manufacturer.
As well as residential, MRC specializes in commercial roof and repair with a fully staffed maintenance and repair division.
Put Miller Roofing Company's 30 years of experience to work for you.
I hope he's not working.
And that's what I really like about Sam Pittman. He's always genuine, and I really think he's very happy to be at the University of Arkansas.
Did I put a question mark in the teleprompter again? I forget you literally read that thing like exactly as it's written.
Oh, come on, Bill. You know you're just as off the cuff as Sam Pittman is.
At least y'all ain't got a wasp nest out here to deal with the size of Brad's head.
If people only knew what went on behind the scenes.
Oh, I know. For real, this is not Sports Center.